Hey South Africa, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's literally 5 o'clock right now. But I got this feeling and I just felt like I should talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a lot that's happening under the surface, with this whole G20 ban and this whole Trump issue. And I've noticed a division that is basically being portrayed. That's a hadida. I don't know, I don't even know what that is. But there's this division that is started in South Africa, and I feel like if South Africans can understand what is going on immediately, ASAP, then we can stop what they're trying to do, right? So first I feel like I should get this out of the way, you know what I'm saying? I made a video about this, but it was a whole thing. You should watch it and then you can bash me on there. I'm not against Trump, right? However, I am against what he is doing because I don't understand it, and that's okay. I don't understand what he's trying to do, but also I don't agree with the methods at which he's doing these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the ANC government or the ANC isn't a problem. I've never said that the ANC has nothing to do with what is A. For those who know me, who know how I feel about this government. Here's a clue. Fucking us over. What I'm against is the lies that he's spread. Like, why would you want to lie so much about South Africa? Why do you want to make us look bad globally? You know what I'm saying? South Africa is a fucked up country. I get it. It's fucked up. We've been finished. We're probably going to need another 30 years to fix this whole mess, right? But to say that people are being persecuted in South Africa, it doesn't sit well with me because it's causing a division. If I think of it in a literal and a physical sense, crime is happening in Mzansi. People are killed. People are killed every single day. I'm not saying that killing whites is a good thing. It's happening either way. There's not much I can do about it. But I've also seen a development to these narratives. I think it was Rob something. I forgot. I didn't do much research into him. Oh my god, that word. He said it's actually it's more of an economic genocide towards the minority. And maybe this is something that is still in development. Maybe he spoke of it as it's bound to happen, right? But that doesn't make sense because as it seems, right, what it seems as right now is, bro, it's the white minority that is benefiting in South Africa the most. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? But that genocide, economic genocide still doesn't make sense to me that much. Probably should do my research, but I will. So I don't agree with that. I'm talking about trying his best to, you know what I'm saying? But then I thought about it literally yesterday and this morning. And I'm like, it's almost the division it's caused in South Africa, bro. It's almost like us South Africans, right? We've completely ignored the fact that Western powers have never had anything or have never had good intentions for South Africa and Africa as a whole, right? We've completely ignored that these Western powers, all of them, they've never had the best intentions. They've never had anything good to offer Africa. We can argue the aid and everything. Okay, those probably benefited us in a good way. Okay, sharp. Thank you for that. I must say it. Thank you. Okay? Thank you for the aid, the UN, and everything, right? But we've completely ignored this. Now, if you think of it this way, right, is we've also completely ignored the fact that division is a type of control. We've completely ignored, refused to see beyond what's on the surface. You know what I mean? And it's another system of control. Think about it, bro. Think about it. I would imagine that it's getting to a point where blacks are going to be angry at whites. This is literally how I see it. It's going to get to a point where blacks are going to be angry at whites for the most outrageous, stupidest reasons. Oh, these people were lying that we are killing them, yet they did what during apartheid. You know what I'm talking about? But we've moved on from that. You know what I'm saying? It's division. Now with division, bro, how are we gonna solve if we're divided as a nation? How are we gonna solve inequality, unemployment, corruption, and all these things? Because with division, it means we can't work together towards a common cause in any single way, right? We have literally allowed Trump, in a literal sense, we've allowed Trump and all these people, like all these people who are still pushing this narrative, we've allowed it to divide us as a nation. That's basically what I'm seeing. I guess that's what I wanted to say this whole time. Instead, I probably should have gotten to the point 5 minutes ago. You know what I mean? But what I'm so concerned about is the fact that we are so focused on the US, on G20, on the ANC, possible political parties that could come into power and change things. We've been so focused on the refugees, the South African refugees moving to the US. Now I think the number just bumped up and it's not on the news. We've completely we've put all our focus onto that, right? But we've ignored the division. It's almost like we don't see the division is causing. And it feels like, bro, that's the most common way of controlling African countries, bro. I feel like inequality, like if you fail, it's almost like they've noticed that, bro. Every time we fight amongst each other and don't seem to get along, it's almost like the country gets to this sort of phase where it's like stagnant and nothing can happen, allowing them to do whatever they want, to say whatever they want about us. So I'm not here to pick sides. What I'm trying to say is, okay, we can argue and say what you want to say, believe what you want to believe, pray to whoever you want to pray to, you know what I'm saying? But wake the fuck up and actually question why and what this is actually doing to us. That's probably something we should be thinking about, instead of saying right or wrong, instead of choosing between logical and illiterate or stupid South Africans. I feel like that's something we should start thinking about first.